Got a good crowd here tonight. A few famous people in the place. I know that Connie Brand-Silver is here tonight, and she and Larry Richardson have co-authored the book, The Guardians of the Everglades, and she signed it tonight. She personally signed the book, so that's one of our 15 door prizes. So instead of taking a Dippy Sig t-shirt, if you go up there first, get her book, Larry Richardson and her book. Hey, Larry's here tonight.
Where did you come up with that title?
Guardians
of the Everglades.
From Sunny.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's the organization she's involved in.
Oh, that's the organization. That's not the name of the book. Okay, all right.
It's a good plug anyway.
Yeah, that's a good plug for the name of the organization. What's the name of the book, Larry?
Florida's Unsung Wilderness, the Swamp.
Florida's Unsung Wilderness, the Swamp. All right. Okay.
We need to drain it, is that what you
We need to drain the swamp. Right. So, all right, so I've got a quick note that I wasn't sure if I was going to bring it up or not, but I guess I will. It talks about the Magic Bank account. And some of you may have heard of this. Coach Paul Bear Bryant, when he died, this was in his wallet. And I'm going to give you the summary of it, the short version, because it takes too long to read the whole darn thing. But anyway, it speaks to a bank account of $86,400 every day. So every morning when you wake up, the bank will put $86,400 in your account, but you have to spend it before you go to sleep that night. It's got to be gone, and the next day, you'll have another $86,400 in your account, and this is a prize that you've won from the bank. Just like kind of winning the lottery, except that this happens on a daily basis, and the rules are of the prize that you have to spend that money before you go to sleep at night, because it wipes out after you go to sleep. So it goes on to say that everybody in this room and everybody in the world actually already won. And the 86,400 is the number of seconds of the gift of life you have each day when you wake up. So what it speaks to is, how will you comport yourself on a daily basis, and how will you treat the others that you're with and about for those 86,400 seconds on a daily basis? Because when you go to sleep that night, you can't take it back. So it ends by saying, take care of yourself, be happy, love deeply, and enjoy life. Anyway, I thought you might be interested to hear that. So welcome. Could all of our volunteers stand up, please, so we can recognize those? We surely couldn't do it without all of our volunteers. Oh, by the way, during the evening's entertainment, and as we move through the program tonight, try not to walk in front of the video camera, because we do video these, and so if you can help it, hopefully you won't walk in front of the video camera. Right, Eric? We got it. Okay. Okay. And if we have anybody here that's interested in joining the club, you can do so at the break. And if you do, you'll be in the club, and you'll be applicable for the door prizes. You can win 15 plus door prizes. We've got 15 plus the 2 Dippy Sig shirts. So, do we have anybody here that is not a member, just a visiting guest? No? Not tonight? Okay. You can tell it's the summer months, can't you? All right. Reports of the committees. I know we have some reports of committees tonight. Yes. So somebody else stood up first, so we'll do that one, and then we'll get to you.
An outing report. We have an outing scheduled for this Saturday. As soon as Tom pulls it up. We're going to be shooting the Perseids meteor shower, assuming the weather is good. Turn it on. That's probably was our problem last time, too. the outing will be at the Welcome Center for Big Cypress, which is down on 41. It's actually behind it. There's a big field. We've shot there before. In fact, the center picture was shot there. So we'll meet at the Michaels if you need directions. If you want to just proceed down there, that's fine. But we'll meet at the Michaels at US 41 and 951. That's the new Michaels there at 8 p.m. The moon comes up at 11:30, so we'll be done by 11. So the Welcome Center is 2.5 miles past the intersection with 29 and 41 if you're going to go. And it's 18.3 miles past Seminole State Park, Collier Seminole. My suggestion, well, you need to bring your tripod, and you need to bring your widest wide-angle lens that you have, and a fast one if you have one. I'll be shooting with a 14 2.8. Joe will be shooting with a 14 2.8 on a Nikon. I have an extra Canon 10 to 20 or 10 to 24, whatever it is. That's the for the crop frame. And I have an extra 17 to 40 as well for the full frame. So I have some extra wide angles. But do please make a weather check about 6 p.m. I will post on both my Facebook page and the club Facebook page. If it's like tonight where it's all cloudy out, we won't be doing it. So check at 6 o'clock on Facebook for that. And then in October, we will be doing a night shoot at Naples Pier. Larry's going to be our leader on that. And the goal will be the picture to the far side there. We'll be shooting and we'll have one group of people on the pier with LED flashlights and another group shooting, and we'll be spelling out Naples on the pier, and then switching, and the other half will get their turn shooting. So that's say what? The Naples, well, that assumes that we all know how to spell too.
We'll give lessons.
Yeah. And
NAPELS.
so we'll be gathering around. Sunset is at 6:53, so we'll have more information on that. But if you get there at 6:30, between 6:30 and 7, we'll be good. Also in October is the Arcadia Rodeo. So a lot of great shots winning shots have been taken. That's the 21st and 22nd, general admission. In November, we'll be shooting the Old Florida Festival, which is at the Collier County Courthouse behind in there at that park. And then December, we'll be doing the boat parade at Venetian Village. So that's it. So hope to see you Saturday. How many people are thinking about going? Raise their hand. Good. All right. Hope to see you. Thanks.
Thank you. Who's next? We saved this time just for you.
Just a couple of reminders. The Marco Historical Museum pickup is on 8/28 from 9 to 2 p.m. The other thing is, we are going to be partaking in the Collier Heart Walk. We need photographers for that on November 4th at Cambia Park. And we just got information about the Naples Art Association. They're looking for volunteer photographers to take part in a very cool upcoming event, The Scene to Be Seen, Runway Art Show, which will be held at the new Volvo dealership on Naples Boulevard on November 2nd. They're looking for 20 or so photographers, so this would be a chance to get out and be seen. Is there anything else? Also, if you were somebody that was helping out with the Dippies, with the pickleball pictures and the tournament, I do have something for you if you want to stop by and see me. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Anybody else? No? Okay, well that was quick enough. All right, Sonny, we wanted to talk about the board of directors and any Q&A before we move on to public announcements.
anybody have any questions for the board of directors? This is a good time to ask questions, or if you have any suggestions, we'd like to start doing this so that make sure that the members have an opportunity to ask questions, what's going on with the club, or make any suggestions. So, yes.
Has there been any resolution to the renting this facility as far as FSW recognizing PBCA as a not-for-profit?
Not as of this moment. For those that don't know, when we became an independent club, we became a club which is a 501(c)(7). We weren't aware at the time that the college didn't recognize a 501(c)(7) to get the 50% discount. So consequently, when we notified them that we were now a 501(c), they said fine, and our rent doubled, both for this and the lecture series at the auditorium. So we're living with that until we resolve it either with the college, where we have some people talking to them now, why will they accept a 501(c) and not a 7C? We don't understand, but that's their policy. And if that doesn't work, then the club's going to have to reapply to the IRS and become a 501(c). So that's the condition that we're in. But it's not perilous, but it is a hardship. But it is something we'll just have to live with. Good question, Dave. Anybody else? Any other questions? Suggestions? Okay, thank you. Enjoy it.
All right, we'll move on to public announcements. Do we have any public announcements this evening? We do, okay.
Thanks, Marcel. I'm Harry Hanbury. Many of you know me as a computer geek, and for many years now, about 23 years, and actually since 1982, I've been building and selling and servicing PCs, and the time has come for me to retire. So we bought a motorhome. We're going to go play, and my understudy of many years now, Matthew Zaks, younger, faster, smarter than I am, he's going to take over for me. So I made up some cards to introduce Matthew to everybody. They're over on the table over there. Please pick one up if you have anything to do with PCs or Apple. He's good at both, and thank you very much. One other thing, we're still trying to sell or rent our house in Longshore Lake. So if anybody would like a nice 3-bedroom house with privacy in the back for the pool and the spa, it would work out well for us if we could rent it to one of our friends and then come back in 4 years when we abandon the motorhome. Thanks.
Okay, any other? All right, you're right with you.
Hi, I'm Richard Tyndall. For any of you who have won before and not gotten your ribbons, I have them. So please see me during the break. And then to remind those of you who don't like to look at the website, that September 1, we're taking our next set of images for the competition. So take some pictures, go through. 4, no theme. Good luck.
I have a major showing of my photography, about 20 images, up at the Center for the Performing Arts in Bonita Springs, that's on Bonita Beach Road. Closed on August 19. I put some brochures on the table over there. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Diana, and I'm actually speaking on behalf of a friend who, her name is Lee Herndon. She was approached by Criminal Minds, you guys, for her scarves and to be published. She'll be actually, you know what, I'm gonna let her talk about it, but I really wanted to boast about it because I think it's awesome. She was approached, and Mark thought it was a hoax, you know, oh, this can't be right. But anyhow, now if you, I believe it's October 4th, she'll reiterate that, and you'll be able to see her works in the backgrounds. Hopefully not the ultimate crime scene, but.
So are you going to be on television?
six of my paintings are going to be, I don't know if this exactly applies to this club, but
Were they images of the painting?
I sent 6 high-res images of my paintings to Criminal Minds at their request, and Naples Art Association had been asked for some names, and I don't know how I got picked, but I guess the paintings are going to be on the set. That the April 4th episode takes place in Naples. October 4th, excuse me, although it's done in the LA set, but supposedly it happens here. And I think I have paintings in the police department and some homes, whose homes I have no idea, but it's kind of fun.
Anybody else? There's also a sketch of me in the police department.
That was a black and white photo.
Guess what I'm going to ask? Chili's. Who's going to Chili's tonight? Wait a minute. Hold them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that it? 5? Me 6? I'll get a table for 10.
10 should be good. Anything else? Anybody else? No other announcements? You sure? Okay, moving right along. Okay, let's see, is it 7:20? We're 2 minutes early. My goodness, I've got to kill 2 minutes up here. Now we're going to, I'm getting to you ladies. You're just so overexcited over there. My goodness gracious.
Marcel?
Yes.
The class for a volunteer for teacher.
Oh, yes, we do have an announcement, that's right. Let me find that. Betsy Chesler, Cameras for Kids Foundation. She's seeking a volunteer photography teacher for at-risk kids. So she is looking for a volunteer teacher. I would imagine, can you contact Art David? Art, you know how to contact her? Okay, so if you would like to be a volunteer photography teacher for at-risk kids, Art David will put you in touch with Betsy Chesler, and she'll put you to work. That sounds like that'd be kind of fun, actually. Real quickly, I'll read members of the news, and then we'll move on to our critique, our helpful critiques for better images. Okay, here we go. We've got quite a few. Members in the news, Dennis Gingerich had his 36 by 54 custom framed image, Boat on Fire, selected by the Lee County Alliance for the Arts to be one of the 10 images displayed at the Southwest Florida International Airport for a year-long exhibit through July 18. The image of a shrimp boat sunset was taken in Matlacha, Florida, and is the last one of the bottom right on this site. So you'll see the site. It's artinlee.org/C, S-E-A. Jennifer Brinkman had several of her July 4th images published in the July 20th issue of Florida Weekly, Neapolitan Salute to the 4th of July. Jennifer Brinkman also has an image featured in the Gulf Shore Life August issue of Treasures section of the magazine. An image of a bee on a water lily taken at the Naples Botanical Garden by Carol Heffernan was published in the Fort Myers Press Sunday edition on July 30th. Jim Robillard had an image published in the Collier Citizen July 15, 2017 issue in the section 3 Things You Need to Do This Week. That would be 3 things you need to do this week in the notice about birds in the Everglades. Don Columbus had an image published in the Collier Citizen July 15, 2017 issue in the section Point and Shoot with the theme Taking It to the Streets. Harold Kurtzman had a picture of a grandson on a giant tortoise at Kawachobi Animal Preserve, published in the August 5th issue of Bonita Banner in the Point and Shoot section. Also, a stallion picture in the Florida Weekly. The Dippy Sig and Marco Island Historical Museum Art Show has had 6 images sold. Don Columbus sold 2, called Pure 39 Packard, to 2 different buyers. Priscilla McGuire, Quinn's Mermaid was sold. Sonny Saunders, The Domes, Betty Saunders, His and Hers, and Nancy Garrison, Starfish in Bubbles. So that's what we have for members of the news. Did I miss anybody? I hope not. All right, we will move on then to Christine Cook, who is going to be the moderator for Helpful Critiques for Better Images. Welcome, Christine.
Okay, so tonight, instead of a speaker, what we're going to do is gather a very fine group of your peers to help us critique some images that have been sent in by you, by members, and I will call those esteemed panel members forth at this time. Please take your seat at the table. Larry Richardson, Joe Parisi, Nancy Springer, and Jennifer Brinkman. A fine group who have produced their own inspiring work, as you know. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, boy, girl, boy, girl. That's fine.
These folks were recently on TV on America's Got Talent.
Dancing with the Stars, I think it was. Jennifer and Larry did a tango, and Nancy and Joe did. Who's banging? Oh.
Larry gonna be Len Goodman?
Who?
Len Goodman?
Was he just in the news? Did he sell a photograph or something?
Yep. Dancing with, never mind.
Oh, gosh. Let me introduce my panel, if you don't mind. So among these people, there is natural artistic talent and hands-on experience with animals and nature. They are very experienced judging. They're either trained or have done judging for many years, so their ability to articulate critique has been proven. They have published many images among them. They've won many awards. They've sold many images, and all have contributed tremendously to the photographic community. They have been involved with DIPISIG for many years and shared their talents with open hearts and have helped others tremendously. So what we are going to do is we're going to put up some images, and we'll just start with Joe, perhaps, and Joe will launch it by, and you can take your time to think about what you want to say about the image. We're using a format that we've used in Women's Workshop for years now, and that's where you look at the image, you talk about what you like about the image, and knowing that the people who contributed the images are here, and then please give suggestions, and this is what people really want, is they want suggestions about how their image could make it to the top, how they could be a great image. So either suggestions in camera or in post-processing or both would be helpful. They're going to talk about impact, composition, and technical aspects. All of those areas, or whatever area they feel most applies. And for each image, I'm happy to have more than one of the panel members respond. Okay? Not all four, because we don't have time. One at a time. We'll start with Joe, and then if somebody else has a comment that is either a disagreement, which is good, right? We want to hear differing opinions, so don't be afraid to have a disagreement about that, or maybe an additional piece of information that you think will really help the maker. So the goal is to help the people who have contributed their images. And of course, you're going to basically help us differentiate an okay snapshot from a great image and everything in between, and mainly how that image could be made better. When we're done, I'm going to we're instituting a new little thing where we're going to have you evaluate each presentation, and and participate in giving us feedback on the presentations that we have at the meetings. So please help us out with that, with frankness but kindness as always. And let's begin.
How long is this presentation?
Did you have a question, Michael? 40 minutes. That's how long all of the feature presentations at the DIPASIG meetings are now. One long 40-minute
You
presentation.
have to go to the bathroom, you should go now.
This is why I got Larry on the panel, by the way. He'd keep everybody well in hand. Okay, I've got to get the images up.
What I like about it is, it's a little dark, just being a pastor. Should have put more sharpening.
Okay, Sunny, could we have the lights set the way they were for the outings? That looked pretty good. How's that panel? Is that good?
Yeah.
Of course, you haven't seen an image yet. Okay. So I have about 24 images, and we may not get to them all, but that's just to give you an idea. We have about 40 minutes, a little bit less. So I'm thinking, 2 or 3 minutes perhaps on each image. We'll see how it goes. This is our first one. And we'll begin with Joe. And speak right into the microphone so that you can be heard.
This image, first of all, I think from impact, it could have a lot of impact if the image was sharp. This image does not appear sharp to me, and it would have more impact if the reflection was also sharp. I think the image is also too centered. It should verge more a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit to the left-hand corner, left side. I think the sky is very nice. It's a nice representation. The blues are real. I like the cloud formation. My eye is drawn to the bird. Again, what I don't like, unfortunately, is that it is not in focus. I think also that when the photographer post-processed this, he could have worked a little bit more on color, could have enhanced the color just a little bit more, and made it a little bit more vibrant. The eye, which is the most important part of the bird, he should have focused on that and at least try to make that a little bit sharper. Overall, I think the intention is good, just needs a little bit of work. But overall, I think he tried real hard.
With everything you said.
Speak right into the microphone.
No.
Right,
I
right
agree
towards
with
you.
Joe. Everything you said is correct. It does need sharpening, and the colors of the bird could be enhanced a bit.
Any disagreement on that one? That's a lot of good, I think, constructive information. Of course, we remind ourselves and you that this is all the opinion of the panel members.
It may be sharp, just maybe an artifact of conjecture. And so
photographer could tell you for the sharp eye. But there also could be some, and again, this may not be true, but in the upper left-hand corner, I see 3 sensor spots. So, which are easy to take care of in post-processing.
Thank you. I'm going to move on to the next one. And why don't we even start with Jennifer? And you can take your time to think about it.
Okay. What I do like about the photo is the colors. I love the yellow in the grass mixed with the blue in the sky. Very nice combination. I'm liking the leading lines of the fence, but I'm really wishing that there was more prominent subject matter here. A tall mountain back there would be great. Boy. I think the processor did a pretty good job with processing the photo. It's not overdone. But once again, I'm just looking for that subject. I really wish there was a little bit more there.
Anybody else?
The void right in the middle, the clearing is too vacant for me. I like to see a little bit more going on. And maybe the fence was a bit more diagonal, but that's me.
I like the photo, I just don't care for that front post right in your face. It's too much. That's what you look at, that's what you wind up with, instead of going through the photograph.
And also, I think that that lonesome post on the right should have cropped it and taken that post out.
Okay, terrific. Those are, I think, very helpful comments, both for what to do in the future and also what they might be able to do in post-processing. Tom is going to hand you a laser pointer in case you feel the need to point it at the image when you're talking about something. But this is the next image, and we can start with, who do we end with? Nancy, why don't we start with Joe? Or how about Nancy?
Actually, I really like this photo. I really like it. The clouds, the sky, make a nice contrast to the snowy mountains. It's cropped well. I really like it. What can I say? It's almost perfect. Almost. Nothing's ever perfect. But it is very nice. I really do have, I like this. I like the impact it has to colors. It's just a very nice photograph.
Can everybody hear?
Yeah.
Okay, so we need a little pause.
To add to what
Speak right into it like an
has
inch
said,
from your mouth.
the most important thing on an image really is when you look at it, it has to have impact. Okay. As Nancy said, this image does have a lot of impact, and I have to tell you, I feel cold when I look at this mountain. Okay, and I think that that's very, very, very important. You have to portray what that image has to portray what the photographer sees, what he's trying to convey, and I think he does a really good job here. Or she does.
I'd just like to add that I like the varying colors in the sky. I don't think it would have quite the impact. You're looking at that nice bright light to the left and the way it's going through the clouds and producing those different colors. And that really makes the photograph.
Is there anything about the photograph that any of you can say that you think would make it even stronger?
I'd like to see more light on the mountain in the foreground, the peak in the foreground. I'm drawn over to that peak way back there. Rest of the button. I want to see more light there and maybe less light there.
Very helpful. very different subject, and we're going to be straddling a number of different subjects so that everyone can benefit. Joe is a scuba diver, yes. He is incredible at photographing fish. So
This is a very nice underwater scene. I like the placement of the fish in the image. I also like the purple coral offsets the fish over here, offsets it very nicely. The overall color is good. In underwater photography, it's very difficult because you lose color as you get more depth, and you have to use external light to bring out the colors. The photographer did a good job here. Overall, a nice image. It could be, maybe again a little sharper here, but overall, very nice image.
I'd like to suggest on the right-hand side, the 2 little green spots, if those could possibly be taken out, I think that would help.
I think possibly the blue fish might show up a little better against all that blue background if he was saturated a little more.
I think especially the green, if I might add something, that the green in the fish is gorgeous, but you can hardly see it, the green yellow, and that would also provide a warm color tone to the cool. Great, thank you. Larry, do you want to take this one?
Sure. This is an orchid. It's got a spider web in it. Hey, this is obviously a target. As far as composition goes, this is not where you're depending on something to the right or the left or bottom or top to draw you into the orchid. This is a target. I think it's a very fine documentary image. I think the colors are nice. I kind of think I would like to see a little bit more contrast between the flower and the background, almost like a black background, although it does pop. I mean, it does pop. It's the only thing there. Sorry. Let's see what else. I think the exposure is fine. I don't think I would saturate it anymore. I think it would get be too much color in it. I think it's pretty. I'd like to play with it some more. Keep this one and add some more to it. Only because I've been playing around with orchids and doing one in black and white, one in color, and one as a sketch, and putting them together. But it's pretty.
I like it too, but I think they need to remove the brown spots on the upper right petal and the left petal. They always say it's got to be a perfect flower before you take a picture of it. Right here.
Anybody have a different feeling about that? Remember, we're going to have different opinions. Anybody feel differently about that? Not in the panel? I tend to like flaws myself. And what's tough is that a lot of judges really, and not saying that Nancy in particular, but a lot of times they really do prefer the perfect flower. So I guess one idea is to either go one way or the other, to take a flower with a lot of flaws and really focus on the flaws and the age of the flower as a thing of beauty in itself, or maybe make the flower perfect. But then again, we're not always doing this for someone else. We're not always doing this for competition. So you do what you want to do.
Nancy and I agree, we kind of look for the perfect flower. But I used to shoot orchids without any bugs on them because I thought bugs were a distraction, and it turns out that's all I shoot now is flowers with bugs. And it was because of John Noon. Connie knows John very well, but John Noon published one of my pictures in National Wildlife, and it was of a clamshell orchid with an ant on it. I didn't know there was an ant on it. I just sent him a bunch of pictures. I picked out what I thought were good pictures, and I said, "Why did you publish that one?" He says, "Because there's a story in that ant." And he was right, biologically and otherwise.
I think the photographer did a good job here in expressing the texture of the orchid also. These flowers do have a lot of texture, and he's done a nice job in showing the texture.
I think, Larry, you started off by saying it was a fine documentary. And so I'm wondering if this person intended to make a beautiful image of a flower that rose above that. In addition to the nice things that you've said about it, what might that person have done, or what could they do in post? Anybody could answer that. Including you, Larry.
Well, I don't know about so much in post, but I would shoot a variety of poses for this flower, and a little more diagonal, different shots. I would change my lighting. This is, the lighting is certainly not bad. I did suggest that maybe it was a little bit darker in the background. And that could easily be done in post-processing, just darken your shadows. I guess that's all I can say about it. It's really a nice picture. I'm not going to do cartwheels about it, but it's a nice picture.
I agree that it should have a darker background, make the flower pop out more.
Personally, I prefer better lighting, different lighting on a flower than the flat lighting that's here. But that might be a personal preference. I tend to like to get mood lighting, lighting with soft shadows, side lighting rather than front lighting on a flower. So that's something else, I think, just to give the maker something else to think about. And yes, there is a little tiny itty bitty piece of stem at the bottom of it that I wonder if that is helping or hurting it. Many would just take it away.
Doesn't bother me.
Okay, that's good. It's good that we offer this to people. Okay, very different once again. Anyone?
It's great. I guess if I have to say something not great about it, because it's pretty darn great, is to darken the background a little bit where the bright white in the background is. It's just a little bit too bright, but the little girl, the expression is just fantastic.
I think there's a little bit too much empty space on the left, but I like her eyes. She's looking right at the photographer. And obviously, she's just devoured an entire fudge chocolate cake. She got that cartoon on her shirt, and she's engaging, and obviously just cute as a button. I mean, if you have grandchildren, you gotta love this shot. Or if you, but anyway. Engaged, and I like that.
I like that it tells a story. You wonder what she's eating, what she just did, what is she playing with in her hands, what's that next to her. It all kind of tells a story, even her shirt.
Also, I agree that there was a little bit too much space on the left really like the catch light in her eyes. I love that smear on her face. I love the chocolate on her teeth. Also the texture of her hair. They did a nice job of bringing out the texture in her hair, the texture in her sweater. Overall, really nice job.
Does anybody, I'm going to throw this out not only to the panel, but anybody in the audience, just by a hand raise, like the space on the left as you're looking at it?
It doesn't bother me because the little girl is looking that way. You could take off a little bit maybe, might be a little bit too much, but you need some of it.
Okay, great, we're going to move on. Very different once again. Anybody?
I'm trying to
Find something to make it better?
I'm not sure. It's pretty darn good. The colors of the flower reflected into the butterfly, it's just exceptional. I love the leaf at the top with the nice sharpness and the curve of the stem. It's just great.
With that red and black color scheme that jumps out at you, and catching the red in the butterfly that's the same in the flowers. Awesome.
It does have the infamous Fibonacci spiral from the stem of the flower and the other stem over there. So you do have that circular look there.
Show that whole process with the laser.
Okay, you have the spiral right here. Okay, and that draws you right directly into the image. Okay? Also, the petals on the flower. Petals on the flower reflecting on the butterfly. Again, really great. The placement here is really good too. The butterfly is in a perfect placement here. Is not up here on the top of the image. So the photographer waited, or was really fortunate that this developed like that. We have this little spot right here that could be taken out in post-processing, and if you wanted to be really over aggressive, you might want to get rid of these two spots, but it delineates the leaf in the background, so you probably want to leave it. Overall,
What two spots, Joe?
There is a black spot here and a black spot here.
Laser's not working.
Well, no, it works there. Just the two spots down here. Yeah, right here and right there. Okay, but if you took them out, it'd be more homogeneous. But again, it does delineate the shape of the surrounding leaves. So probably better.
I'd just like to say that I like the repeating shapes. The leaf up in the left corner is about the same shape as the green around the flower itself. Those repeat, and then the shape of the flower petals and the insect itself, the wings are another repeating shape. It's really well done.
The butterfly head and antenna could be a little sharper.
What about the white line of the stem in the upper left corner? Upper left corner as you're looking at it, that very light green under the red. Does that bother anybody? Not really? Doesn't? Upper left as you're looking at it.
That's fine.
Okay. Okay, it is an amazing catch. Okay. Yeah, I know, it's different. I know.
Again, impact. This image does have a lot of impact. You immediately know where this image was taken. If you're older than, over a certain age, you immediately know where this was taken. Leading line drags you right in there. It stimulates your imagination. Where does that take you, and what else is happening further on in this image? Okay, I like the texture of the gravel, and I like the overall moodiness of this image. Okay, if this was a bright sunny day, you'd say, "Oh, this is a great place." Okay, but it's not. It gives you a grim kind of oppressive mood, and I really like that in this image. Very well done.
It looked like they kind of tried to tame the sky down a little bit, right in the upper center of this image. See how it looks gray? I think they tried to darken that a little bit because it was probably blown out. And I don't know that it was that successful. Obviously, the only color in this image, I think by design, hopefully by design, is the green grass and those few green trees in the background, which I would hope, well, not hope, but it's not enough, which makes me like the picture. Because, yeah, this is it. This is life how we used to know it, and that green grass is about all we get to celebrate anymore. Anyway, I like it that way.
I think I would like it in black and white.
Yeah, this is one you probably should try in black and white because the texture is really the star and the lines. And that might show up really well in black and white.
It's a nice landscape. Compositionally, I think it's really nice. See the lower right-hand corner, you got that wall going up diagonally and then goes across, and it just walks you right over to that peak with the foggy clouds in front of it. And then as you wander around, kind of wishing you had a golf club maybe, and there's a little bit of color on the left side, but that's just a bonus. I just love that wall. There's a guy in blue jeans over there on the step, but I'm just walking up those steps and across. I think it's very well composed. This person gets an A in my book.
Machu Picchu is a very magical place and a very mystical place, and I think the photographer has captured that mysticism and the magic in those nice rendition of the clouds. It looks very, very, very magical to me. If you don't like to put things in the center, like that peak is forgiven, it looks good in the center. Right there. Again, the leading line of the steps going up. Very nice job. Yeah.
Anything you think you would do differently in processing or?
Possibly the grass is a little overdone, too saturated, too much. Other than that, it's a beautiful, beautiful job. Sit here saying it's nice, it's nice.
I'm hearing some oohs and ahs.
Okay, I'll just say that the curve there is just fantastic. You have a story, the two of them together is just, the impact is really great, I think. I love the color. I think it's really well done.
The two egrets positioned like like that really draws you right in. The two S-curves, okay, one on this side and one on this side, meeting in the middle, draws you right in. The breeding colors of the underneath the eye here draw you in. The eye is on this one is nice and sharp. This one a little dull, but this one is nice and sharp. That's all forgiven. The background is looking is very nice. Overall, the photographer did a great job here, and the birds did a great job. The crossing of the beaks, almost like holding hands when you were a teenager. So overall, really great photograph.
I believe this image, which I thought was pretty incredible, only got a yellow ribbon in a recent competition.
Really?
And so I guess I wanted to hear if you could see any justification for that, or somebody just didn't have an appreciation. You know, I mean, these things happen. Do you think that little green light stripe on the lower right?
That wouldn't warrant a yellow. It's not that bad.
Go ahead.
Considering all the images that don't get any ribbons, I could give this a yellow. Y'all hate me for saying that?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, no, Larry's very particular about birds.
Well,
I know. I have a story, but go ahead.
Yeah. They taste like chicken. Yeah. These are tricolored herons, and what Jennifer and Joe and Nancy said is right on as far as what they like about the S-curves, you know, and the shape of the birds starkly contrasts with the background. It's got sort of a vertical thing going on in the background, and it's good that it's very blurry. But look at the texture on the necks, those feathers. The detail is great. I'd almost want to see it as a black and white. But you know, you look at tricolors, and they got these gorgeous red eyes and blue beaks, and you know they dance for you. I mean, they're really colorful birds. But this could actually look really good because you draw out the texture of those feathers. Aside from that, as a color image, I would saturate it a little bit more. I just juice it up a little bit more.
The birds in particular, not the background.
I would try to leave the background the same, and I don't mind that green thing on the lower right-hand side.
It's an unusual one.
Would it be bad to say take the red log out? Well, I mean, I would have tried to shoot it without the log in there and just get the reflection of the trees in the water. It'd be a lot more, it's a cool picture.
You're talking about the horizontal branches?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of that long narrow treatment?
Larry likes it.
Yeah, that looks good. I'm looking at the whole thing, but at first it's like, I don't know what to look at. I think the red log kind of breaks it up, so you know the top from the reflection.
Do you think there's enough of a scene there?
No.
So are you talking about in terms of a subject or in terms of that it's such a slice?
It's just
A little too much of a slice?
Yeah.
And we are going to remind ourselves and you again that this is our opinion. And I love the daringness of pieces like this because it's so different.
Did Richard Tyndall take this picture?
Oh, why?
Just looks like a Richard Tyndall picture.
I'm not sure what to do with that.
Take it as a compliment.
Marcel, how much more time do we have? Excellent. More birds, huh? We have a lot of birds, competition.
Beautifully done. I love the curve in his neck. Beautiful green colors. It's quite a stunning picture. I would like, I don't know if it's projector, it might be the projector, that you can't really, the white feathers on the right-hand side are not
blown out.
Yeah.
That's an accurate representation.
That's it. That's really what needs to be done.
Any other comments? I mean, that could be it on that, is that you know, close your crop, or get some detail on that white.
I'd like to see the detail.
The curve is amazing, isn't it?
I would call this an unnatural pose. I mean, it looks like you're trying to do the backstroke, but there's no water. Yeah. So, you know, it's a dead butterfly. Okay, so is that what you're trying to capture? Yeah, why? Yeah, Nancy asked why. I actually would have shot the picture because I don't have a picture of this butterfly, and I want one in my file. So I would definitely keep this picture, but it's diagonal, and I kind of like that. But there's some the dead reality element like that. I would shoot the picture, I would have it in my file, but I wouldn't frame it and put it up on the wall.
Okay, so it's more of the use, you know, and it is incredible representation of the underside of that butterfly.
I do like the blue in the background that repeats the blue in the butterfly. It's kind of nice. And the texture.
And you can tell he died of old age because his wings are all chewed up.
Just because he's deceased, that doesn't mean he's not beautiful, okay? So, you know, there is some beauty in death also. I do like the image, you know. I've shot a lot of dead things, and you just, you know, it doesn't have to be alive. I give points to the photographer for courage for taking the image. No bullets.
We have time for one more, I do believe, if I'm keeping to my time.
This image is very similar to many images that you've seen of the same type, where you have overhanging trees, a road in the middle, taking you off into the future. I think that's good. It makes you think of where does the road go, what's at the end of the road. The overhanging trees are very nice. I think the colors, I think they're a little overdone. The overhanging trees up here, I think there's too much yellow. I'd like a little bit more green. The representation of the pavement is good. That's very accurate. The yellow is good. I just think that the green is just overdone. Too yellow.
I agree with Joe. You know, and we see these kinds of pictures quite a bit, but I tend, this is very personal, what I tend to enjoy about these is the dirt road, the wagon wheel tracks, or that country flavor. This looks like it's Stewart, Florida. It's not a bad place, but it's asphalt. I'm a biologist, but I like the composition, and I like that you can see blue sky.
I would just say maybe a different time of day. It looks to me like maybe it was in the afternoon with the sun shining bright. I would love to see rays of sun shining through those trees and coming in, something like that. That would be fantastic. I do like the shadows, but if I could see some rays of sun, I think it'd be wonderful.
Thank you very much. I think that we will all agree that that was very helpful for the makers who submitted those images. And thank you so much for doing the work.
Thank you, that was great. It humbles me. I'm not going to submit any more pictures. Thank you for all the great work that you do as a club, I'll tell you. All right, we're going to take a break. Okay, if everybody will take their seat and get started. Mary Short is going to give a presentation of the F3C winners, so if Mary will come up front, we'll get started with them.
Can everyone do okay? All right, it's that time again for the F3C second digital results. I have handed out, I think, all of the ribbons to everyone that is here. If anyone is expecting a ribbon, I have some see me. This is the advanced color category. Afternoon Delight, Susan Christensen, blue ribbon. Purple Dawn, Art David, blue ribbon. Tribal Father and Sons, Gregory Presley, blue ribbon. Dewdrops, Sandy Harridan, blue ribbon. Ethereal, Art David, blue ribbon. Yearning, Jennifer Brinkman, blue ribbon. Because You Are Mine, Diane Glenna, yellow ribbon. Ethiopian Tribes Mother with Child, Gregory Presley, yellow ribbon. Evening at Mount Everest, Christine Cook, yellow ribbon. Fuchsia, Sandy Harridan, yellow ribbon. Orchard Spiderweb, Ronald Perkins, yellow ribbon. Quietly Goes the Day, Jennifer Brinkman, yellow. Full Bloom, Pat Cooper, yellow. Springtime Abundance, Robert Kennedy, yellow. To Silverton, Nancy Garrison, yellow. You're a Pain in My Neck, Carla Lorenzo, yellow. Cannon Beach, Oregon, Robert Kennedy, yellow. Flower Drop on Bleeding Heart, Sandy Harridan, yellow. Two Fish at Once, Jennifer Brinkman, yellow. And in the beginner class, Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque, Hilda Champion, her first blue ribbon. Fantasy Castle, Edward Reese, blue ribbon. Bubblegum Pink, Carol Benjamin, blue ribbon. The Tool Shed, Edward Reese, blue ribbon. Pretty in Pink, Helene Scary, yellow. And in the creative category, Windy Day, Evelyn Perez, blue ribbon. Welcome to Dawn, Nancy Garrison, blue ribbon. Sorry, welcome to the Dawn. Going, Jane Ruprecht, sorry Jane, blue ribbon. Enchanted, Christine Cook, blue ribbon. All Aglow, Evelyn Perez, yellow ribbon. Mall of Berlin, Hilda Champion, yellow ribbon. Banyan Tentacles, Carol Benjamin, yellow ribbon. In the documentary category. Blues Plain and White, Betty Saunders, blue ribbon. Grooming, Nancy Garrison, blue ribbon. Scottish Lord, Harold Kurzman, yellow ribbon. In the mono category, Egret Reading, Merle Lorenzo, blue ribbon. Into the Mystic, Michael Lang, blue ribbon. Merle Lorenzo, blue ribbon. Kobe Chocolate, Christine Cook, yellow ribbon. Beach Wedding, Eric Hansen, yellow ribbon. Tidal Dance, Michael Lang, yellow ribbon. And just a little education to please, with your files, make your file name match your title. These are some of the title names that I had to try and match to a tiny little thumbnail. So please, I'm not getting any younger, can't see that well. Put the same name for the title and the file name, please. I would appreciate it. The upcoming competition, the third triennial print competition is in September, from September 10th to September 30th. There is a period, I will be picking up prints on the 14th. That is the only time I will pick up the prints here at the meeting. If you want to make arrangements to meet me somewhere else, you can do so, but you have plenty of time to plan ahead to get your prints in for the September meeting. For the digital information here, it's coming up Wednesday, November 1st through Thursday, November 30th. All these details are available on f3c.org. Says Jerry, you don't want to take any chances. What if the hokey pokey really is not what it's all about? Thank you.
Sheets on this evening's 40-minute presentation. We have these sheets on each of the tables, so please fill those out and just leave those on the table and we'll pick them up after the meeting. Okay, moving right along to our themed slideshow.
She looked so much like a lady, but she was so much like a child. The devil when she held me close, an angel when she smiled. She always held it deep inside, but somehow I always knew she'd go away when the grass turned green and the sky turned baby blue. And baby blue was the color of her eyes. Baby blue, like the Colorado skies. Like a breath of spring she came and left, and I still don't know why. So here's to you and whoever holds my baby blue tonight. She brought colors to my life that my eyes had never touched. When she taught me how to care, I never cared so much. I try not to think of her, but I fall asleep and do, and drift off where the grass is green and the sky is baby blue. And baby blue was the color of her eyes. Baby blue, like the Colorado skies. Like a breath of spring she came and left, and I still don't know why. So here's to you and whoever holds my baby blue tonight. Baby blue was the color of her eyes. Baby blue, like the Colorado skies. Like a breath of spring she came and left, and I still don't know why. So here's to you and whoever holds my baby blue tonight. Baby blue was the color of her eyes. Baby blue, like the Colorado skies. Baby blue was the color of her eyes. Baby blue, like the Colorado skies. Baby blue was the color of her eyes. Baby blue. seen you looking so lovely as you did tonight. I've never seen you shine so bright. I've never seen so many men ask you if you wanted to dance. Looking for a little romance, given half a chance. I have never seen that dress you're wearing, or the highlights in your hair that catch your eye. I have been blind, the lady in red is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. There's nobody here, it's just you and me. It's where I wanna be, but I hardly know this beauty by my side. I'll never forget the way you look tonight. I've never seen you looking so gorgeous as you did tonight. I've never seen you shine so bright. You were amazing. Never seen so many people want to be there by your side. And when you turned to me and smiled, it took my breath away. I have never had such a feeling, such a feeling of complete and utter love as I do tonight. The lady in red is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. There's nobody here, it's just you and me. It's where I wanna be, but I hardly know this beauty by my side. I'll never forget the way you look tonight. I never will forget the way you look tonight. The lady in red, the lady in red, the lady in red, my lady in red. When a deep purple falls over sleepy garden walls, and the stars begin to twinkle in the night, in the midst of the memory, you wander on back to me, breathing my name with a sigh. In the still of the night, once again I hold you tight. Though you're gone, your love lives on when moonlight beams. And as long as my heart will beat, sweet lover will always meet here in my deep purple dream.
When
in the deep purple falls, over sleepy garden walls, and the stars begin to twinkle in the night, in the mist of a memory. You wander back to me, breathing my name with a sigh. In the still of the night, once again I hold you tight. Though you're gone, your love lives on when moonlight beams. And as long as my heart will beat, sweet lover will always meet here in my deep purple dream. And as long as my heart will beat, sweet lover will always meet here in my deep purple dream.
Well, we have two new members tonight, Edward Levin and Susan Minmeyer. So, are they here? Are you here? All right. Thank you for joining our team. All right, we've got 15 plus prizes tonight. 15 prizes plus the t-shirts. So, here we go. All right, 462-0215.
What?
0215. Got it in. All right. Oh. 0215. 462-0215. Who's got it? You got it? 015? All right. And the next number is 462-0216. 0215 and 0216 are the winners.
Reach in there and grab it.
Pull your number, pull your number, pull your number. What?
Sure, go ahead.
And then the next winner, the third winner, is 0201. 0201. All right.
And nobody stood up, so I could have.
How about 0204? 0204. There you go.
We should have come in later.
Don't forget about Betsy Chelser, Cameras for Kids Foundation, seeking a volunteer photography teacher. I don't know if anybody's contacted Art David tonight, but that would be really something if we get somebody to do that. Next number, 0208. 0208.
We should have come later.
By the way, next month our theme is Waterworks. So the slideshow theme for September will be Waterworks. All right, next number, 0212. 0212. 0212? No takers? 0212, all right, got a winner. All right, the next one is 462-0071. 0071. That one, there we go. Next number, 462-0173. 0173. All right, 0173, we got it. Next number, 462-0073. 0073. Got one. Our next meeting will be September 14th, by the way, to mark your calendar, September 14th. All right, the next number is 462-0211. 0211. Got a winner? Good. And 462-0076. 0076. All right. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier or not, but Connie Bransilver was a photographer for National Geographic, which is, that's something, huh? 462-0209. How's that sound? 0209. Any winners for that one? 462-0209. Got one. Oh, we don't need to see it. We trust you. He can't be trusted. All right, next, 462-0068. 0068. Hey, Eric. Don't walk in front of the camera, Eric. All right, 462-0210. 462-0210. 0210, got it. All right, 462-0051. 462-0051. This is the 16 ticket. We're good to go? Sonny's going to check to make sure there's a prize. If we don't have a prize up there, Sonny's going to give you a $100 bill tonight. One prize. One prize. Here we go. Last prize. 462-0213. Hey, thanks for coming tonight. See you next month.